Millions of YouTube channels out there, but most of them completely miss the mark. There are 7 crucial elements that you need to get it right if you want to win over our hero, the mighty YouTube algorithm. Nail these 7 right, and you, my friend, are going to enter the prestigious 1% club, destined for YouTube greatness. In today's video, we are cracking the thing, the myth, the legend, our hero, the one and only YouTube algorithm, the ultimate gatekeeper of YouTube success. Hi, I am Jamie, your go-to YouTube buddy, here to make your YouTube journey legendary. So without further ado, let's crack the algorithm wide open, shall we? Like I said, your entire YouTube empire rests on 7 cornerstones. Let's call them the Fantastic 7 if you will. So let's jump right in. First off, introducing our Fantastic 7's team leader. Choosing your YouTube niche. It is one of the most important things you need to get right if you want success on YouTube. Picking the wrong niche is the reason why 90% of all YouTubers fail to grow or even stick around for the long haul. What exactly is a niche? Simply put, your niche is the specific topic, theme, or community your content speaks to. It is where you meet an audience's needs. For example, some channels thrive by focusing on tech reviews, others on cooking simple meals, sharing personal finance tips, or even faceless meditation guide. The key is not just to pick any niche you like, but to find the right niche. Now, you might have heard all these YouTube gurus tell you that you need to pick your niche based on your passion. One that lets you talk all day long without feeling the slightest hint of boredom. But honestly, this could not be further from the truth.
No way.
What matters at the end of the day is your audience. That's right, your audience is what matters, which in my case is you. A niche needs to be chosen in a way that it caters to the needs of a very specific audience. Keyword being specific, because here is where our hero comes in and intervenes. The YouTube algorithm loves ultra-specific targeted content, so you cannot focus your content around a broad audience. You need to be able to solve a particular problem for a very select, narrow group of people. That is what our hero likes. Only then our hero, the YouTube algorithm, will show your content to that targeted audience and then promote your channel to more of the exact similar audience. So the key here is solving a very specific problem for a very specific audience. Now on to the next thing in our hero's favorites list. Video packaging, aka the deadly duo of title and thumbnail. Let me say this loud and clear. If your niche is what gets you in the game, then your title and thumbnail are what get you clicked. You could make the most valuable, entertaining, mind-blowingly well-edited video in the world. But if nobody clicks on it, it is as good as invisible. Your title and thumbnail are not just accessories. They're your billboard, your invitation, your bait. If your niche gets you in the game, these two decide whether or not anyone's going to watch you play. A lot of new creators spend 10 hours editing a video, then spend just 10 minutes tossing together a title and thumbnail. But you should be sweating over your title and thumbnail like they're the video itself.
I'm sweating.
Let's start with the title. Your title is your pitch to the scrolling zombie, who is 3 seconds away from watching another cat fail at parkour. So your title has to grab attention, trigger curiosity, and offer value all in one breath. Now I know what you're thinking. Should I be clever? Should I be mysterious? Should I clickbait? Here is the truth. Cleverness and mystery can work, but clarity is everything. Your title should be clean, direct, and loaded with intent. Do not make people guess what your video is about. Tell them, but also make them want to know more. And then there is the thumbnail, your visual handshake. This is what makes people pause mid-scroll. On YouTube, you are competing with everything. Reaction, faces, red arrows, bold texts, saturated images, the whole circus. If your thumbnail does not stand out, you are invisible. It needs to jump off the screen and slap attention into the viewer's eyes. This is what stops the scroll. It should grab attention instantly and make the viewer pause long enough to ask what's going on here, and then hopefully click. YouTube is a visual-first platform, and your thumbnail needs to stand out like a neon sign in a dark alley. A thumbnail should not be just a random freeze frame from your video. It is your movie poster. It is the 1-second pitch to say there's something awesome inside and you'll regret not clicking. What makes for a good title-thumbnail combo is this. Your title and thumbnail should work together to catch the viewer's interest. They should build curiosity, hint a story, and visually promise the answer to a burning question. The title should be clear and the thumbnail should complement it. Ideally, the thumbnail should not be having the exact same words as in the title. That will just waste thumbnail space that could otherwise be used more effectively to grab attention. Now let us not forget our hero. The YouTube algorithm is watching too. Titles and thumbnails are not just for humans. They help our hero figure out what your content is about. A clear specific title combined with a thumbnail that aligns with your niche tells the algorithm exactly who should see your video. This helps YouTube push your content to the right people, the people who are actually likely to watch, engage, and stick around. Alright, so you have picked a fire niche, crafted a title and thumbnail that slaps. And someone clicked. Boom. Congratulations. That is a big win. But now comes the next boss level, the hook. What is the hook? It is the first 15 to 30 seconds of your video, that tiny window where the viewer decides, am I watching this, or am I out? Brutal, but it is the truth. You are walking a tightrope here. The viewer has clicked yes, but they are still suspicious and skeptical. They have been clickbaited before. They have seen too many overhyped thumbnails that led to underwhelming content. So in these first few seconds, you are not just introducing the video, you are justifying the click. And let me tell you this, our hero, the YouTube algorithm, it is watching this moment like a hawk. If your viewer drops off in the first 15 seconds, YouTube algorithm takes the hint. People are bouncing. Maybe this video isn't worth showing to others. On the flip side, if you grab them and they stick around, it's a green flag to the algorithm. That is how you start climbing on YouTube. So how do you hook someone? You start by delivering on your promise fast. Whatever your title and thumbnail teased, your opening should give a taste of it right away.
Behind me are 100 circles with 100 people inside of them. I don't care if this takes weeks, months, or even a year.
Don't waste time with a long-winded line that goes like this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't do that. Just get straight down to the point. Curiosity plus clarity equals retention. Avoid filler, avoid fluff, avoid the dreaded. Let me give you some context first. No one's got time for that. This is not a classroom. This is YouTube. You either grab attention or lose it. So now that you have hooked the audience and got them right where you want them, now comes the real game, engaging content. This is where you either turn a casual viewer into a loyal subscriber, or you slowly fade out into the background while they scroll off to see a dog barking at its neighbors. So let us break it down. Engaging content does not mean fancy transitions or Hollywood-level editing. Those help sure, but they are just spice. The real meal is how you hold attention. The goal is not just to deliver information. The goal is to make people feel something while you do it. Emotion keeps people hooked. Curiosity, surprise, humor, all of these can glue someone to your video, far longer than a dry fact ever will. So how do you actually keep someone watching? Structure your video like a story. It should have a flow. Think of your video as having 3 beats. The beginning that grabs attention.
You have my attention.
A middle that delivers escalating value or tension, and a fitting finish that makes the viewer satisfied. This is super important, because if viewers feel satisfied and curious at the end, they will watch your next video. Something that absolutely kills engagement is lack of momentum. You need your video to move. Every few seconds something should shift, a new point, a new visual, a little joke. This does not mean chaos, it just means motion. That is how you fight drop-off. Now, if you are doing a faceless channel like mine, obviously you have got to rely even more on sound and visuals. Here is another hack, plant curiosity gaps. Do not give everything away too early. In this video, I could have easily straight up shoved the list of 7 most important things onto the viewers' faces as a one-screen summary of the video, but I did not. Instead, I teased it, because it is not just about the main bullet points, but it is about what I build around them, giving my insights on each of them. That is wherein lies the true value that I can deliver to you guys, my audience. Remember to talk like how you would explain something to a friend. This keeps people comfortable, and when they are comfortable, they stay. Now I know that there are plenty of you out there, just like me, who are struggling to make ends meet, wondering if you will make it in the long run and want to earn a living off of YouTube. But as a wise old man once said, if you want to be loved, then show love first. So please drop me some love, and hit that like button and subscribe and leave a comment. Because, trust me, that love is going to come back to you. In terms of engagement on your own YouTube channels, and YouTube algorithm loves engagement, now let us move on to the next stuff. If you have done everything right so far, that alone puts you ahead of more than 90% of all YouTubers out there. But now comes a part that way too many creators sleep on. The end screen and CTA, which is short for call to action. Think of it like this. Your video is the conversation, the end screen and call to action are the next invite. The bridge to keep the relationship going. Without it, you are basically ending a date saying, nice meeting you, and just walking off. Not cool. So do not leave your viewer hanging with those bland words. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, and cut to black. You've got to do much better than that. Let's talk about end screens first. An end screen, also called end card, is the final touch to keep the viewers engaged. It looks something like this. We can keep rectangular boxes like this and add video subscribe button, links to our website, etc. on the end screen, but that is the general stuff. But here we are going to talk about more strategic stuff. You see, if someone has stuck with your video till the end, that is a warm viewer. They have invested their time, they are paying attention, and this is your moment to guide them to what they should do next. You need to think, what video should they watch next? Not just any video, but the right video, the one that continues the journey you just took them on. It needs to feel like the next logical step. This is how you build session time and binge sessions. A superpower in the eyes of our hero, the YouTube algorithm. So do not just close the door on their faces, open the next one. Now, coming to CTA, or call to action. This is where you ask the viewer to do something: subscribe, comment, and so on. But the timing and delivery of your CTA matter. Here is what does not work. Right at the beginning of the video you say, "Hey guys, before we start, make sure to like and subscribe." A big no. That is like asking someone to marry you before the first coffee. It is way too soon. Countless YouTubers make this mistake. Instead, earn the right to ask. Deliver value first.
Your delivery.
Then, when the viewer is nodding along, that is when you drop the CTA. But make sure not to wait till the very end of your video. Ideally somewhere around the 65% mark of your video. And you have obviously already saw the way I do it. Do not just say like and subscribe. Give them a reason why. That is powerful. It makes them feel like part of something, not just passive watchers. Now they feel like they are helping and not just clicking a button. And now comes the seventh, and the most important thing. Honestly, it is even more important than even picking the right niche. And that is, never give up. Seriously, why is this the most important part? Because sometimes all it takes is one video, one breakthrough, to change everything, and your channel will blast off to the moon. But here is the catch. You never know which video it's going to be. So keep pushing and do not give up on your dreams. Even if you mess up your niche in the beginning, that is okay. You can always change into another niche. But then this leads to a lot of wasted hard work. So let's pick the right niche right away by clicking on this video on the screen, where I will walk you through exactly how to find the perfect niche for your YouTube channel.